Hi everyone, I'm the Golden Army.
And we are Wild Mode.
And today we're gonna show you how we made our track Kalinka.
Let us show you the most interesting things going on in this track. As you will hear in a moment, the vocal is speeding up, but the tempo is not. So what we did was to manually sync without the grid all the instruments. Here's the harmonium. This one is a solo instrument. And we layered it with a wider patch from Nexus.
Then we have some brasses. A bass trombone playing staccatos. And some muted trumpets covering the highest band of the spectrum. Another very important element in this section is this track containing vocal effects and some other stuff. It's not quantized, of course, and it makes everything superhuman and alive.
Let's go now with the kick and bass section. We split the bass sound in 3 different parts. The first one is the lowest, and we use my plugin The Sub. And down here we don't have any effect because all the sounds are pre-processed and they sit perfectly in the mix. This is the mid bass, which is an attacky sample that we already had from another track. And the only one thing we really did was just this low cut to make room for the sub. Here's the top bass, with an even higher low cut and some widening. Always combine sounds that are complementary to each other. In this case, every sound takes care of a precise band of the spectrum. And now a close-up look on how we made the pre-drop fill. Here in solo. So first thing first, we mute this clip, and then we create a new one. We draw a note, and we use legato to make it as long as we need. Then we turn on the arpeggiator, and we just make an automation on the rate, in this case going from low to high. Then we use another MIDI channel to record all the MIDI coming from the arpeggiator. We enable the recording, and we hit record. Now, the MIDI that we have is just playing one note, but we want a descending pattern, so we do it manually. Let's drag all the notes one by one to create a pitch down movement. Then we just drag the new MIDI clip into the kick channel, and we remove the arpeggiator. Then, we just use 2 filters going in opposite directions to add more character to the fill.
Another cool detail is the reversed kick before the drop. This was a pretty common trick used back in the days in a lot of Italo dance tracks. We just used our drop kick, reversed it, and then removed the initial transient to get rid of the click. Let's talk about the trumpet lead in the second drop. The main sound comes from this cool contact patch called mouth trumpet, and it's playing staccatos. If you wanna try it, there are different articulations to play with. This is the background group, made up of 3 layers. The first one is a sample, also the second one. And the third is a serum patch. All together, without, with,
And then we used Session Horns Pro from Kontakt to make an harmony in the second section of the drop. Here you can see how we made the chords and then the harmony on top. Use this trick to make your drops evolve and keep high the listener's attention. Lastly, we'd like to make something different, talking about how we managed to get a copyrighted vocal and use it in our track in a proper way. The original sample, as many of you noticed, is from a track released in 2001 by Yambu. We immediately fell in love with the overall mood and we try our best to get it a cappella. And here's the process. Our team contacted the publisher of this track in order to have a direct connection to the original producers. After a verbal agreement, they sent us a contract alongside the vocal stems. In return, we had to pay a fee to fulfill the contract and be able to use the vocals in our production.
Thank you for checking out our tutorial. Hope this helps you out with your music. See you next time.
Let's begin.